Hello and welcome to another episode of C programming tutorial. In this video we're going to learn about the printf function and we're going to learn how we can print values to the console. So let's get started. So we have taken a look at the printf function before. So in order to print something, we write this printf function, and inside the brackets we write whatever we want to print. So first of all, you have to write printf, and then within the brackets you just write a pair of double quotation marks, and within these double quotation marks you have to write whatever you want to print. So suppose I want to print that C programming language, and then of course you have to end this statement with a semicolon. So now what will happen is this thing which is inside this quotation, inside this printf function, will get printed on our console. So if I run this program right now, it will take some time to run. And as you can see, it says print C programming language. This is what gets printed here. So whatever we give inside this printf function, it automatically gets printed in the console. So we can do a lot more things with this printf function. So let's learn them one by one. Now suppose, along with printing these things, I also want to print the value of this variable inside this print statement. So you will think that maybe I can go and write var here and that will print the value of var. But if I run this, as you can see, it doesn't print the value of var, it just prints var just like it is written here. So we have to do something else to print the value of var. So whatever we put inside these double quotation marks just gets printed as it is. So if we want to print the value of a variable, we have to write something more. We have to write the %, and after that we have to write a special digit which will actually tell the compiler what value we want to print. So in this case, since we want to print an integer, which is also known as, we also can say it as a decimal, so that is why we can represent that by writing %d. So that means after writing C programming language, I want to print an integer, and what integer I want to print, that I'm going to specify by writing a comma, and after that I'm going to write var. So just try to understand it clearly. First of all, we have to write whatever we want to write just as it is, and then if I write %d, that means I want to print an integer value here, and just after that I write a comma, and after that I just write whatever I want to put inside this %d. So the value of var is 5, so that the 5 value will be put in place of this %d. So if I run this program, as you can see, this %d is not printed, but instead of that, the value of var, which gets stored here, automatically gets printed. So what if we want to print more values inside this? We can do them easily. We can write maybe %d here, or we can write %d here. Suppose I want to print the value f here, so I can print a float value here. So if I write %f, that means I can print a float value here. Okay. But one thing you have to remember is after comma, you have to write everything in order by which you want to print. So first of all, I have to print an integer. Suppose in that place, I want to print this var2. So I want to print var2 first. Or maybe just create another integer, var5, and inside that put 6 value. So suppose I want to print this var5 first. So I'm going to write var5 first of all, and then after comma, since I want to print a float value, so here I write var2, which is a float. As you can see, var2 is a float, and after that I want to print an integer again, and there I write this var. Okay, so what happens is in order by which the order in which you want to print the values, we have to write here in that order. So the value of the var5 will get printed in place of this %d. The value of var2 will get printed in the place of this %f, and the value of var will get printed in place of this %d. So if I go and run this now, as you can see, first of all, it prints 6, that is the value of var5. Then it prints the float value var2. As you can see, var2 is 5.5 and it prints 5.55000. And finally, after that, we write %d, and here we print var, which has a value 5, and that value gets printed here. So this is very simple. One more thing you can do is inside printf, we can also print character variables. So suppose I want to write this is, and then I may want to write C. So here I write %C. So that means I want to print a character here. And inside var3, let's write C here. So that means C will get printed here. So after comma, if I write var3 and then write semicolon, that means the value of var3, which is a character variable, will get stored, will get replaced here, and it will get printed here. So if I run this right now, as you can see, after printing this, it prints this is, and it was a %C, it prints the value of value3, that is C. Okay, so this is the basics of how you print using printf function. I hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions or comments, just make sure to write this in the comments. So thanks for watching.